where they need to be, manipulating the terrain as much as possible to get the maximum range. This guy is scary on this pick.
Yeah, and also looking at these drafts, no flex picks to throw big curveballs coming in there. There's not too much that's extremely surprising about this draft. The one thing that I want to point out, though, is the reliability that SKT will have with some of their engages in Chain CC versus more unreliability from the side of RNG, very much needing to land either a hook or a bubble to get a good team fight.
I'm looking at this SKT comp and I'm thinking that they're primarily going to be looking for skirmishes and picks on a side lane, which typically goes against what we often see from SKT, which is a lot of team fighting and focus around objectives. So I'm curious as to how they approach this game. I imagine we're going to see a bit of a slow start with focus up towards the top side.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's do it on to Summoner's Rift to kick off day 2 of World's 2019 main stage groups. SKT and RNG, both fresh off a win on day number 1, looking to take sole possession of first in that group.
Captain Flowers, how many Blitzcranks have you played with in your solo queue days?
A few.
And you would imagine that if there's a Blitzcrank in the game, a level 1 strat is going to be coming out. We're seeing RNG group up towards the top side of the map right now. They may be setting up for a delayed invade. You can see that they did set up this ward towards the entrance on the bot side of the jungle just here to get a bit of information as to what's going on at the beginning of the game. But it looks like they're not going to do anything too aggressive and not be overzealous with the Blitz.
Yeah, and I can also see SKT very much just setting up to neutralize that early start. No one even waiting in the jungle, waiting in some of the normal brushes you would before trying to ward off invades. They really just sprinted out, landed wards, and then actually Clid and Khan went back to base to make sure nothing bad would happen.
And as we're waiting for everything to really kick off here, watching the minions march their way down the lanes, one thing I want to point out immediately in the matchup between the two squads here, only one teleport on the side of RNG this game with Longxing. On
multiple control wards in the river, so since he was so missing, SKT would actually feel a little bit scared about going into blindly check, and really just a good read by Karsa to get the first Infernal Drake.
Clid still missing that ultimate there on the Gragas as well, meaning if they were to try to force something in the bottom lane, they wouldn't have that tool available to use. Karsa also hanging out down here, just waiting to see if SKT are going to try to make some kind of a move. Twisted Fate ulti coming out now. RNG trying to get themselves away. They could be in some trouble, but now it's going to be Faker. He's first blooded, and a hook has found a second. Clid's going to be going down here, but it looks like the TP into the back from Khan may be the saving grace. Longxing has extended himself far into the SKT lines, and he too will now retreat. Paddlestar nearly finding the kill onto Teddy. Khan getting himself away. Uzi goes into the Thunderstorm, keeping himself alive. Not at the end of the day. It's a 1-for-1. Xiaohu going to be grabbing the kill onto Effort. And
this isn't done yet.
Is not yet over. Explosive cast comes down. Khan's kept alive. Finally falling to Xiaohu, but yet another 1-for-1.
It is rare.
The damage and make it a 3-for-3 at the end of the day.
And after chaotic fights like that, where it is 3-for-3, it's very important to take stock about where the gold went. So 2 kills actually went to Khan in the top lane, and 2 kills went to Xiaohu Zoe in the mid lane. So the faster he hits his item spikes, the more threatening his Fog of War fights become, and you can see he's going to look to try and punish Faker with his gold advantage.
Bottom side, Mingo to get another hook. And that one's going to be a gray screen for Effort. Good aim from Ming.
And so while the kills did go onto Xiaohu in the mid lane, all of the summoner spells were gone for the bot lane of SKT, which means the moment Ming was able to land a hook, they were able to find a kill. RNG now lead the kill score. Xiaohu gets a bit more poke down onto Fake.
Faker sitting at 1/3 HP here in this mid lane. Xiaohu and Karsa on the prowl through the enemy jungle. Xiaohu backing back up towards the river, but Karsa not afraid to move forward here, sitting down the control ward, taking that control over this area with the vision, providing even more darkness for SKT to have to double check as they rotate.
And you can see RNG heavily trying to play around this bottom side. as Mordekaiser ends up using his ult in the top lane. That's mostly trading. It's all about using that mid lane gold lead to punish and break this bottom lane. Here comes RNG.
Redemption going to be used there just to try to keep SKT even further back. Sleepy Trouble Bubble not going to find the mark, just falls barely short. Minion wave cleared out in time to not allow RNG to take the turret just yet.
And now, instead of actually sending 4 people bottom lane to match and just continuing battle that they're lose, Faker ends up using his teleport mid and trying to push forward as aggressively as possible to say, okay, you take bot, we'll take mid. And then, as the Lee Sin matches, they go in bot.
Beautiful pickoff.
And there we go. Shut down onto Uzi as the plays are going to continue. Ming now in some trouble. They can't find even a single kill. And they lose to SKT. Make the play.
I actually love what Faker and SKT did there. It looked like second Infernal is so big here.
Xiaohu's going to get himself grabbed. Clin's going to be keeping him safe, but effort is immediately deleted yet again. Ming has got his number this game.
You're seeing the combo of the Zoe and the Blitzcrank. If either one of their skill shots land, it's going to be a guaranteed pick for RNG. They find the shutdown onto effort, and now Uzi's eyes are set on this bot lane tower. This should be the first structure of the game going in favor of RNG.
And it's still in time to get the extra plate money with it too. And more importantly, this will be solo gold on to Uzi, the man that RNG just loves to play around. More money in his pocket just means more and more chances for them to walk out with a win here as Karsa's on to that second Infernal.
Second Infernal is so important for RNG as well. You can see that their comp does scale quite well with the Zai. Oh, Xiaohu!
Got him!
Who nearly got Faker, who flashes over the wall.
I think he's got him. Oh,
he's got him now.
The stopwatch.
Oh!
He walks away from the trouble bubble, and Faker is kept alive, and Xiaohu is baited into a death mid lane.
Oh, what? Oh no. Xiaohu is just so unlucky. Being invested in favor of RNG. Meanwhile, on the top side, it's all going in favor of SKT. And while we did see that last replay, ooh, it looks like we're getting a fight.
Ming's going in underneath the turret. He'll be soaking the aggro. Faker's got no stopwatch anymore, and that's another kill for RNG.
And RNG made the play before I could set it up. Their eyes were set towards this bot tower. SKT do have the Rift Herald, so they can try and answer by utilizing it mid, but RNG are going to be able to get this tower, reset, and get back out onto the map.
Yeah, and RNG is doing proactive plays on their side of the map, whereas SKT, it doesn't quite look like they are. If they get this play, though, it's big.
Oh!
Wow. Okay.
There we go.
Sure. That took the words right out of my mouth. You know what SKT needs to do? Something that's not bot lane. How about one-shotting Uzi?
Big misplay there from Uzi as well, though. He did have the heal. His flash only... Now, the big point of contention is this Infernal, but SKT have control over the bot side. RNG don't care. They forced through mid to gain priority, and now they're the ones starting it off. Twisted Fate is on his way. Will have the ultimate. Pops it. Here we go.
For the steal.
Faulty is out. He's stolen by SKT, but now where is the fight going to go? Effort's there on the front line. Karsa able to find the kick onto Khan, into the rest of RNG. Faker's going to be in there on the backside as well. Uzi finding the damage in onto Khan. RNG still going to be kept alive, but the health bars are critically low. Faker's after Uzi, but he won't be able to find him just yet. Faker's stumbling away, but he's the only man left standing. Karsa and Longxing are after him. Sonic Wave will not find the mark, but the pursuit continues. Karsa is stopped in his tracks, but Longxing continues the chase. The Claw will not find the mark, and Faker hands him a card and walks away.
RNG will not find the ace, but they still found 4 kills onto SKT. They will not secure the third Infernal, but what a close fight. Remember, with SKT's comp, it is a lot harder to commit to these team fights because Teddy is not online as a champion just yet. They're very split. Notice Teddy on the backline, not dealing any damage right now, trying to land a couple of pokes with his Q, but Uzi's just tearing through the front line.
And then Faker looks to try and clean up this fight, but Uzi going untargetable buys just enough time for them to dump a bunch of damage onto Faker. Gonna watch Faker once again with this great finish and escape.
But also notice how Faker flashed to avoid the bubble from Xiaohu, which then landed onto his AD carry, shutting him out of the fight. So Faker ends up being the only one to survive, sidestepping everything. The cool, calm demeanor of Faker allows him to walk away nonchalantly. No problems here.
Honestly, like, the rest of this, he's really just running away at max speed, but something about Faker makes us be like, wow! Run in the straight line! But he did so many dodges before that, and then you can also see, like, Longshing, Karsa, they thought they'd have a kill. They'd know, like, they have enough experience to know that. One thing I really have to point out about that fight, though, is how huge it is that Klid stole it away and how it all could have been avoided. Mordekaiser, if he moves up closer to Gragas, can just throw him into the Death Realm, and then Drake is unsmiteable. So the fact that
in the LPL, when Uzi has 3 or more kills, out of 31 games, they won 27 of those.
Oh.
That's 87% of a win rate. When he has less than 3, they only win 33% of the games. Uzi is at that critical point of 3 kills where that's enough money, and Mr. Uzi's coming online.
But did you know, Captain Flowers, that of the 15 games that RNG and SKT have played against each other, RNG have only won 5. So which will be the greatest? 33%. So which stat will be greater on the day? RNG.
Well, SKT wants to fight this.
Here we go.
RNG making a play, but that's a nice cast. Uzi's going to be in some trouble. He's the first one dead. Klid's trying to get himself away. Longshing is in the middle of everybody in this fight. He's going to be taken very low. Khan barely going to be kept alive, getting himself out now as well. And SKT have got the fight.
What does it say about games where Uzi dies 5 times?
Games where Uzi takes a big swig out of a Gragas barrel to start the fight. I don't know about that one.
SKT's going for Baron. Karsa is alive, though, for a potential steal.
So much praise needs to be given to Klid for that play. Beautiful cast, set up the fight fantastically for SKT. The Baron has been started. Karsa trying to steal it. He's not going to be able to.
Not today, Teddy jumping in there. A couple quick shots. Wham, bam, he's out of there. And Baron goes to SKT.
This game has been on such a knife's edge. The third Infernal, how close those team fights.
This likely will get them very far and away from that as they're using this Baron all across the map, pushing into each of these lanes.
Oh, look out.
Effort's in some trouble yet again, though. Remember, I said Ming had his number earlier. Well, punch that ticket yet again. RNG got themselves a pick.
This has been a very rough game for effort outside of one great hook in the bottom lane. Here comes SKT, though.
SKT making the moves, making the plays, and Faker is on a killing spree. RNG looking to take him down, though, and that's Karsa getting the shutdown. Longshing going in on Klid. He's put him into the death realm. The stasis will buy a moment's time, but what else are you going to do? Klid's drowsy, and he's taking a long nap now. Khan's trying to make some sort of a move happen, but he's turned into a pair of alligator boots. Shut down over to Uzi, and RNG strike back.
That is a negative Baron power play as RNG answer back. A single pick onto effort ends up snowballing into an ace. RNG do not give up without a fight, and this fight has brought them back into the game.
And RNG probably could have kept pushing, but they want to just hold their advantage where it lies. What a series of picks that was, now that we finally calmed back down. And it was all before Uzi even got his Infinity Edge. Watching this again, we mentioned
Uzi's hitting that 3.8K. Keep your eyes on Longshing as well. He hit 3.7, just barely under the marker Uzi set. And in the previous team fight, he was also the damage leader when RNG was in such a bad spot. He's making sure he's just in the middle of all this chaos with that scrap shield, doing so much to everybody on the side of SKT. This guy is doing his job so well.
Yeah, I think he is, and so far I think Longshing has had a good World Championship, and he's going to be integral because the Baron is spawning in 45 seconds. Gentlemen, I think we know that a fight is going to happen there, and I feel that that fight could very well determine the outcome of this game. So we got to set expectations, given that items are coming through for both sides. And I just feel that at this point in the game, in a full-on 5v5, RNG should be stronger. So SKT need to look for picks like this.
SKT are trying to make the move onto Longshing, but however, the Death Realm seems to have been summoned. Will it be able to survive? No, he will not. Khan's grabbing the kill. Karsa goes in now. Xiaohu's also there. Klin's coming out, keeping the mid laner alive. Cass goes through. Xiaohu not going to be knocked.
Game. What I brought up at the beginning, the status of having 3 teleports compared to only 1 goes that much further for the side of SKT. It means they can switch out who's on the split push, who's far away, and still have control over this Baron area. You can see those wards being placed back down yet again now as RNG want to step up and continue to contest.
And if RNG wants to break out of this cycle, they need Ming or Karsa to find a pick. They have to be able to track Faker on the map. Otherwise, Longxing is going to die in that side lane, especially when his teleport is still down. And then SKT can easily just teleport back to the Baron pit after they spent
Look at the flank.
Now they're just going to fight 5v5.
Khan wants to come in from the side. Faker's looking to make some kind of a move here off the side. Xiao Hu's in some trouble. Clid's going to blow him up. Effort now going to be run down here in the mid lane, but Khan's able to come in from the side. Uzi going on a rampage. Faker's going to be taken down now. Double kill over to Uzi, and SKT fall apart. Uzi's got exactly what they've been giving him. He's got the money. He's got the damage. He's got the triple kill.
And RNG once again find another successful fight, and we're seeing how much harder it is for SKT to force the 5v5. They need to find these picks. They thought they found it onto Xiaohu, but Uzi was still alive. The Baron is now in their eyes.
Teddy's trying to delay this to the best of his ability. Looks like he might just back away, but the death timer on Faker is 20 seconds with TP. Let's see if Teddy decides to do anything. Probably just going to send the ult. So something I want to talk about here is that RNG is just out executing SKT in fights that SKT is choosing to take. It's not RNG that's finding any of these team fights. It's SKT.
Four-man push here in the top side. They have everybody back in the base now. They might look to make some sort of a move here. Longxing has the teleport, but he's not here just yet.
I don't think they saw
They
Clid.
look to make some sort of a play from the side. He's on the flank. That ward does not see him. It's disabled by the control ward. He's still hiding around the corner here. RNG going to back themselves away now. They don't want to push up into the tier 3 turret just yet. Ming over the wall. Could go for some kind of a hook, but he didn't know anybody was there. Nothing to really fire at blind.
Oh,
they can
have their
just-
eyes set on Longxing. Longxing,
They can kill him. Longxing.
yeah, he's going to die.
Khan and Faker together. They got him last time. Can they do it here again? Longxing buying himself some time, taking Khan into the death realm, but he is shut down. The rest of RNG now recognizing two members of SKT are on that other end of the map. They try to push top back up, but they just don't have the manpower.
You either try and deal with the side lanes, or
now
you
Khan-
use a Baron.
So now they flipped it, actually.
Yeah.
RNG sends everyone into teleports are being
Exactly.
used.
This is it.
Khan's keeping himself alive very well in this 1v1 right now. Looking to turn things back around onto Xiao Hu. Nearly grabbing the kill, will be kept alive.
Can Karsa
Guardian
steal?
Angel, while SKT is able to find themselves into the pit. RNG, they get the kill on the top laner, but Baron goes to SKT.
But that's a 55-second death timer with the 30-second spawn of the Elder for double Infernal of RNG. So every action has a reaction in this one.
But then again, you've got to remember Twisted Fatal. It's going to be back up. The moment they start that Elder, he's going to teleport to the bottom Rift Herald. And this is why in the late game, split pushing comps can be very difficult to deal with if you have good communication and coordination. All Teddy and Clid need to do is stall, buy time, because Faker and Khan can be the ones to threaten on a side lane. Khan has his teleport up. He'll be alive in 25 seconds. And Faker has a ward that they can use to backdoor.
Except Thaddeus, look at the position of that bottom wave and the fact that RNG has 5 people. If they find a fight here, they can win the game.
Uzi's off to the side.
SKT's not splitting.
Starting up the Elder Drake.
He's going for the steal. He's going for the steal.
He can just get ulted by Longxing in 2 seconds. Oh, he's going to try to steal.
It's so low, it's going to be secured by Karsa, but into the pit go two members of SKT. Clid's in stasis, Ming nearly burned down. It's a 1-for-1, and Khan's back alive on the table.
And now it's another 5v4 potentially for RNG, and SKT's just trying to keep the minion wave as far from his base as possible, because for the next 2 minutes, RNG's going to try and push mid to win.
Oh, man. It's a game of chicken. Both teams just constantly
Gets the kick. He's got flash kick and wards.
Look at the wave they're coming out from Teddy. Yeah, they have to disengage. This is
Can't
likely
do it.
going to be the tower for SKT.
RNG knows this is just not hard forceable.
And they have no teleports, Flowers. So Faker can just do this for free.
Yeah.
The recalls take so long. He even gets to see the recalls. SKT, if they had more poke, they'd actually be able to stop Mord from going back. That's the inhib, and he's out of there.
Another
Wait, no,
TP is
they're going for
coming in.
more.
Oh, they're all going! It's a triple teleport up into the top side for SKT.
They want to win!
Uzi's going legendary. He's able to find the kill onto the Gragas. SKT are now on the Nexus turret.
Will they get those?
SKT,
Blitz!
they play the map right, and they find the Nexus.
The split push ended up paying off for SKT. They found the back door. We talked so much about how difficult it will be for RNG to play this late game, and it didn't come down to the back.